In my last video, I talked about positive discipline. I shared that it is about practicing something more so that we can see improvement. And it is not about giving some consequences so that we can reduce this behavior or reduce that behavior. In this video, I will share another example of how I will use it in my classroom. So let's say we ask our students to do some skills practice. But as we look around the class, we notice that there are many students who look like they were struggling and they look stressed because their partner seems to be very frustrated with them for making all the mistakes. And during the game, we also noticed that many of the students were not very good at the sports, were hardly touching the ball because most of the time the games were dominated by the students who were quite good at it. And as I shared in my last video, we cannot allow the behavior to continue because if we allow it to continue, it is a negative reinforcement. So what I would do is, I will first think about all the possible reasons why the students behave that way. Maybe the students really lack that social awareness. Or maybe the students were so engrossed in the game that they didn't even realize their friends were struggling. Then after that, I will gather the students and then I will share with them my observation. I will say things like how I noticed some of the students were struggling during the practice, how some of them were hardly touching the ball during the game, and how, if this continue, the strong will just become stronger and the weak will become weaker. By sharing my observation, I want my students to start to be thinking for their friends, to start to have that little bit of social awareness. Then I will get the students to practice. Remember that positive discipline is all about the practice. What I will do is I will get the students to discuss what is one skill they want to practice so that their friends who are struggling can improve. Then after the practice, I will get them to discuss what is one rule they will want to modify so that everyone will have almost equal opportunity to play the game. Then during the game, I will stop every 10 minutes to let the students have a short team talk. I will ask the team captain to lead a discussion, to ask everyone if they have enough opportunity to play, or is there any rules they need to modify even further. And this practice becomes a routine in every lesson. And the purpose of having this routine is to develop habit, to let the students to practice thinking for their friends, to develop their social awareness. I feel that this method of improving discipline is a lot more effective because it is positive. It not only develops social awareness, but it also develops kindness and empathy. It is definitely better than just scolding the students how selfish or how self-centered they were, and then we just don't do anything about it. Because if all we do is we just tell the students all their negative behavior, then over time, they might really believe in it. And they may even develop a negative fixed mindset about themselves.